Perfect time to bring in Steve Forbes. Steve, I'm calling this, maybe I'm going a bit far, but the demise of New York. You've lived here all your life. What's it going to take to get the city back?
Well, the city's had some bad times before. I'm old enough to remember the 1970s when it went bankrupt in all but name. But the key thing is back then you had leaders who stepped in to bring things back, and then you elected leaders who got the city back on its feet, especially in the 1990s under Rudy Giuliani, say his name. But today you can see the situation where they're now looking to Andrew Cuomo as coming in as a savior, running for mayor of New York. And
I didn't see that, Steve.
Andrew, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's tough, so maybe there's something to it. But the state of New York, talking about Donald Trump, you know, a couple of weeks ago, Governor Hochul said to businesses, oh, don't pull out of the state. This is just a one-on. It's an exception. No, it is not. It's going to be hitting all businesses. And you're starting to see that acid already go around. So New York is hostile to business. They can't keep the streets. I mean, it's a third world city out there. And people have to rise up and say enough. And the fact that people are leaving, you think somebody would get the message. But Florida's booming. Texas is booming. Is there a message there?
Yes, there is a message there. Yeah, do it another way. One more for you, Steve. Over the weekend, President Biden signed the $1.2 trillion spending package. The threat of a government shutdown, basically that's over. No one, though, this is my opinion, no one, no Democrat, no Republican, is really serious about cutting spending. None of them. What do you say?
Well, the problem with the Republicans is that they have a one-seat majority in the House, and they've got a bunch of people who, if it's not 100% pure, they want to throw out the speaker. So they're changing governments like Italy used to do decades ago. And then you have a situation where they don't control the Senate, they don't control the White House. So this is why this election is so critically important, not just on the spending side, but on the regulatory side. This country will suffer immense damage, not only economically, but in terms of our security around the world. They're taking note of the deterioration of this country. So in terms of the spending thing, yeah, we need real spending reform. Reagan tried it. Coolidge actually did it. No one remembers that name, but he actually cut the budget. Ike tried to cut the budget. But there has to be change, systemic change, and a willingness of the president to do what Trump did, at least on regulations, say we're going to go through item by item. Coolidge, by the way, every week sat down with a budget director to find cuts. And he left office with a budget smaller than when he took office.
I don't think either party is serious about cutting spending. And I think the crunch comes when we have a debt crisis, where lenders say, enough, we don't trust you to pay us back, a debt bomb explodes. At that point, you get something done, but not until then.
Well, it may take something like the bond vigilantes to get the attention of people when they can't sell the debt at a price that's acceptable, and the Federal Reserve has to start printing money again to finance the government. And then there's another moral thing that's going to quickly come up. Our massive borrowing is sucking capital out of the world and hurting developing countries. I think the Republicans should make that an issue. All this free spending, there's a price to pay.
I don't think there's going to be any change for a long time to come, but I think we'll probably agree on that one, Steve. Yes? Yes, we agree on that one. Steve Forbes, everyone, good stuff. Thanks very much indeed.